Ali designed a toy shown. What happens is you put a metal ball on a wooden stand like that, and when you push the metal ball, it will go down, hitting the wooden plank that will transfer the downward force here onto an upward force here, causing the wooden disc to fly up, okay, as high as it can before dropping down. But when he pushed the metal ball from point X at the top of the wooden stand and at the ball dropped, landing on one end of the wooden plank. Alright, the wooden disc landed on the floor without hitting the drum. What happens is when you push this ball here, the wooden disc just fly into the air and land on the ground without hitting the drum. So Ali replaced the metal ball with a heavier one. Will this cause the wooden disc to travel a longer distance? Remember that okay, what do we already know? We already know that the metal ball here will travel downwards, and that's because when it is pushed, then that's because gravity is pulling it down. So as it hangs up here, it has gravitational potential energy, and this gravitational potential energy is converted to kinetic energy. So the more gravitational potential energy it has, the more kinetic energy will it be converted to, right? And that's basically what we learn in energy, right? So when Ali replaced the metal ball with a heavier one, we know that the heavier an object is, the more gravitational potential energy it has. Right? I'm going to write that down. Okay, first of all, we know that the heavier an object is, right, the greater the gravitational potential energy it has. Right? Uh, we also know that gravitational potential energy is also affected by the distance it is, right? So the higher an object is from the ground, the greater the GPE is. Remember, boys and girls, I put GPE here because so that I can type faster. But please do not use GPE in the exams. Please type it out fully. All right. Okay. So we also know that gravitational potential energy is converted into kinetic energy as it drops down as gravity pulls it downwards. So the higher the gravitational potential energy, the higher the kinetic energy. So when Ali replaced the metal ball with with a heavier one, this will cause more kinetic energy hitting the plank, and this downward kinetic energy is transferred to an upward kinetic energy, and therefore there is a higher chance that the wooden disc will hit the drums. Okay, right. So it could be sorry. So a higher gravitational potential energy will have more potential energy. A heavier metal ball will have more potential energy that can be converted to more kinetic energy. The impact of the metal ball on the wooden plank, the downward force, right, of that metal ball will cause you know, uh, there will be a greater impact because of the greater kinetic energy that was derived, that was converted from the greater gravitational potential energy, causing the wooden disc to have more kinetic energy upwards, right? More upward kinetic energy, and therefore travel a longer distance. So the impact of the downward metal ball, downward force, the impact of the downward force by the metal ball on the wooden plank is greater, causing the wooden disc to have more uh, upward force, right? Okay, due to the kinetic energy, and this travel along the distance. Okay, so the impact of the downward force by the metal will cause a greater upward force. Okay, so I'm going to put the outward force here, causing a wooden disc to have more kinetic energy and travel and thus traveling a longer distance. Okay. All right. So without replacing any of the apparatus in the above setup, what can Ali do so that the wooden disc can hit the drum? Well, actually, what Ali can do is just to shift this support to the left. Okay, if you can imagine, if the support is moved to the left, what would happen is that this end of the disc will be traveling a greater distance. Okay, I think, let me just show you. Okay, if I have a support here and I have the disc to be here, any movement, any small downward movement here, right, will result in a greater upward movement here, right? Okay, so yeah, so actually, without replacing any of the apparatus, Ali could just shift the support to the left. That would make the wooden disc travel, uh, you know, much higher. Okay, so I hope you understood this. This is a very simple question, and it just has got to do with gravitational potential energy and kinetic energy. If you don't understand what has been said, you might want to rewind and replay this video. At the same time, you might also want to commit to memory or memorize the answer here, and hopefully it can help you in some questions in the prelims or in the PSLE. Alright, I cannot guarantee that this question will come up, but a similar question can be asked, and if it does, if it was asked, then it'll be easier for you to answer. Thank you.